Hi everyone, I hope you are all safe and healthy with your family and friends. In this video, we are going to learn about 11th standard accountancy, chapter 3, exercise sum number 9. Let's read the heading. The heading is that journalize the following transactions in the books of Ramesh, who is dealing in computers. So from now onwards, you are thinking about yourself, you are the Ramesh, who are dealing computer business. Okay, then only you can easily understand each and every transaction. You can easily understand the concept of the journal. Okay, so let's read the first transaction. March 1, Ramesh started business with cash rupees 3 lakhs, goods rupees 80,000 and furniture rupees 27,000. Listen carefully. Which accounts are affected here? There are 3 accounts are affected here. What are they? Cash account, goods account and furniture account and capital account. Why capital account? Because Ramesh started business with these and all items. So, he invested capital in the name of cash, goods and furniture. So, he started business with cash, goods and furniture. These and all items are comes into your business. That means Ramesh business. So Ramesh asset will be increased because cash, goods and furniture these and all are comes under asset account. So the asset account increases. If asset account increases, we have to debit the asset account. What are they? So cash account debtor 3 lakhs, goods account debtor 80,000 and furniture account debtor 27,000. We debited these and all items because these and all asset increases. So we debited these and all items. Then who is the owner of the business? Ramesh is the owner of the business. Ramesh contributed these and all items. Ramesh invested cash, goods and furniture. So investment means what? Capital. Okay. So Ramesh capital increased. If Ramesh capital increased, we have to credit the Ramesh capital account. So in journal entry, we have to pause to Ramesh capital account. How much rupees we have to added these 3 items amount? What we get? 4,07,000. Credited. What is the narration? Ramesh started with business. This and all item. You can write anything in the narration. You can write Ramesh started with cash, furniture, goods. Okay, started business with cash, furniture and goods. Then let's read the next transaction. March 2, money deposited into bank rupees 2 lakhs. Here you are, what you think about yourself? You are the Ramesh. What you do? You are dealing computer business. Okay. So listen carefully. You deposited 2 lakhs rupees into bank. Okay. Listen carefully. Which accounts are affected here? There are 2 accounts are affected here. What are they? Cash account and bank account. Okay. If you have 2 lakhs rupees in your hand. How much rupees? 2 lakhs rupees. Then you deposited that 2 lakhs into your bank account. Are you understand clearly? So bank, when you on March 2, money deposited into bank, that means you deposited 2 lakhs rupees into your bank account. So cash and bank both are comes under asset account. So bank account, when you deposited 2 lakhs rupees into bank, your bank account increases. Whenever bank account increases, asset account also increases because bank comes under asset account. Asset account also increased. If asset account increased, you have to deposit, you have to debit the bank account. In journal entry, you have to pause bank account debtor 2 lakhs rupees. We debited the bank account. Then listen, to cash account 2 lakhs rupees. Why? Why? Because you have cash in your hand. How much rupees? 2 lakhs rupees. On March 2, you have cash in your hand 2 lakhs rupees, right? So you deposited that cash. That means cash goes out from your hand. Cash goes from your business. Okay. So cash goes from your business. Your cash decreases. 2 lakhs rupees of cash decreased. If cash decreases, asset also be decreased. Why? Because cash comes under asset account. If asset account decreases, you have to credit the asset account. That means you have to credit the cash account. Okay. So how to pass the journal entry? You have to credit the cash. To cash account 2 lakhs rupees credited. What is the narration? Cash deposited into bank. That's all. Let's read the next transaction. March 4, purchased goods from Ashokan for rupees 5,000 by paying through debit card. Listen, you know purchased goods. Purchased goods means what? In previous class, I explained you purchased goods means instead of purchased goods, we have to use the term purchases. So, which account are affected? Two accounts are affected. What are they? Purchases account and bank account. Why bank account? I will explain you one by one. Purchases account and bank account. First take purchases account. If you purchases whatever goods, your expenses increase, right? So your expenses increases, you have to debit the expenses account, which means you have to debit the purchases account. So in journal entry, you have to write that purchases account that are 5,000. Purchases account debited. Then bank account. Why? In previous class, I explained you clearly what are the names or comes under bank account. ECS, CDM, NEFT, RTGS, check, net banking like Phone Pay, Google Pay, and cards like debit card, credit card. These and all comes under the name of banking. So we have to use bank account. So how Ashokan purchased? Ashokan purchased goods through debit card means bank. Ashokan purchased goods through bank. So bank account decreases. Purchased goods through bank means bank account decreased. If bank account decreases, asset account also decreased. If asset account decreases, we have to credit the asset account. That means in journal entry, you have to write what is the asset account? Bank account. To bank account 5,000 rupees. What is the narration? Purchased goods through debit card or purchased goods through bank. That's all. Let's read the another transaction. March 3. March 3 bought furniture from MS Jayalakshmi Furniture for rupees 28,000 on credit. MS means we use Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture. So this and all you know the what is the journal entry will come. Furniture account debtor to Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture. Why? Because these two accounts are affected, furniture account and Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture account. Why don't we use the term bought means purchases? Why? Because purchased goods or the transaction given purchased goods or bought goods, you can write purchases account. But the transaction they given clearly bought furniture. They given the purchased name, purchased goods name. If they given the purchased goods name, you have to write the name of the purchase, name of the item. What is the name of the item? Furniture. So you have to write furniture here. So what are the, which accounts are affected? Furniture accounts and Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture. Okay. So if you purchased furniture, your expenses increases. If your expenses increases, you have to debit the expenses account. We debited the furniture account. How much rupees? 28,000. Then to Miss Jayalakshmi furniture account, which means when you purchased furniture from Miss Jayalakshmi furniture, on what basis? Credit basis or cash basis? You purchased on credit basis. When purchasing, you didn't paid any money. So that is credit basis. Okay. So Jayalakshmi is our creditor. Jayalakshmi is our supplier. You are the liability of 28,000. Okay. So your liability increases. If your liability increases, you have to credit the liability account. You have to credit the supplier account. So in journal entry, you have to write to Miss Jayalakshmi furniture 28,000. We credited the liability account. Let's read the another transaction. March 5, purchased goods from Guna and paid through net banking for cash rupees 10,000 rupees. Same in previous transaction, what we write? Purchases account debtor to bank account. Why? Because purchased goods means expenses, right? If you purchases anything, that is expenses increases, you have to debit the expenses account. So we debited the purchases account 10,000 rupees in journal entry. Then how do you purchase? You purchased through net banking. Net banking means phone pay or Google Pay. You purchased through net banking, it comes under banking. Your bank account decreased. How much rupees? 10,000 rupees bank account decreased because you paid through bank. So bank account 10,000 rupees decreases. Bank account comes under asset account. If bank account decreases, asset account also decreases. If asset account decreases, you have to credit the asset account. So asset account decreases. That means bank account decreases. To bank account 10,000 rupees. Write in the journal entry. What is the narration? Narration is good purchased through net banking. That's all. The next transaction is March 6. Purchased goods from Kannan and paid through credit card rupees 20,000. Same what you did in previous two transactions. You have to do this journal entry. What is that? Purchases account debtor 20,000 to bank account 20,000. Okay, goods purchased through credit card. Credit card comes under bank account decreases. You have to credit the bank account. Then come to next transaction. March 7, purchased goods from Shyam on credit for rupees 50,000. We already discussed credit purchases. What is this transaction tells us? This transaction tells us credit purchases. Credit purchases means what we have to write in journal entry. Purchases account debtor to supplier account. Who is the supplier here? Shyam is the supplier here. Okay. While you purchased goods from Shyam, you made credit purchases. You didn't pay any money while purchasing immediately. But you promised to Shyam, you will pay later. So your liability increases. Shyam is the creditor. Your liability increases. If your liability increases, you have to credit the liability account. You have to credit the supplier account. So to Shyam account 50,000. What is the narration? Credit sales, credit purchases. Then let's read another transaction. March 8, bills drawn by Shyam was accepted for rupees 50,000. In this transaction, who drawn the bill? The bill drawn by Shyam. And who accepted the bill? The bill was accepted by Ramesh. Okay. What is the journal entry? The supplier account debtor 50,000 to bills payable account 50,000. For here, who is cash payable here? Ramesh has to payable. How much rupees? 50,000 rupees. Who is the cash receiver? Supplier, which means Shyam. How much rupees? 50,000 rupees. So, in journal entry, Shyam account debtor because Shyam is the receiver. And to bills payable account because Ramesh has to pay the bill. The narration is the bill drawn by Shyam was accepted. That's all. Then let's read another transaction. March 9 paid half the amount owed to MS means Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture by check. Before we are going to pass the journal entry, we have to recall Miss Jayalakshmi, about Miss Jayalakshmi, what we did in previous transaction. That means on March 3, you have to purchase furniture from Miss Jayalakshmi rupees 28,000, right? When purchasing, you didn't pay anything to Jayalakshmi because you made credit purchases. Jayalakshmi is your creditor. You are the liability of 28,000. Now, on March 9, you paid to Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture half of the amount. What is meant by half of the amount? What is the real amount? 28,000. Half of the amount means you have to divide 28,000 from 2. You will get what? You will get 14,000. So, the half of the amount means 14,000. You paid to Jayalakshmi 14,000. What is the journal entry? Jayalakshmi account debtor to bank account. Why bank account? Because you how do you pay? You paid through bank. Okay. So when you making payment to half of the amount you making payment to Jayalakshmi, your liability will be increased. Half the liability decreased. What is your real liability? 28,000. March 9, Ramesh paid half of the amount. So, Ramesh liability decreased. If Ramesh liability decreases, we have to debit the liability account. We have to debit the supplier account. We debit it. In journal entry, you have to pass Jayalakshmi account debtor 14,000 to bank. How do you pay? Through bank you pay the half of the amount. So bank account decreases. Bank account decreases, asset account decreases. If asset decreases, we have to credit the asset account. Credited the asset account. We credited the bank account. So to bank account 14,000. What is the narration? Paid half of the amount to Miss Jayalakshmi Furniture. Then let's read another transaction. March 10, Shyam's bill was paid. Okay. So how much rupees is Ramesh paid to Shyam? Ramesh is the payable. Ramesh is the liability of 50,000 rupees. Now on March 10, Shyam's bill was paid. That means Ramesh paid on Ramesh made on paid. Okay, so that bill was cancelled. When Ramesh paid to Shyam, Ramesh liability decreased. If Ramesh liability decreased, we have to debit the supplier account. We have to debit the liability account, which means bills payable account 50,000. How do you pay? Through cash. Paid means what? Here he didn't mention anything, bank or cash. You have to take cash. If you paid cash, your cash account decreases. So you have to credit the cash account. How much rupees? 50,000 to cash account 50,000 rupees. What is the narration? Paid bills payable. That's all. If you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box. Thank you. Take care.